Alright, sorry guys. I was trying to share the link and I couldn't tell what I was even looking at when I was doing it because it was. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain what I just saw. I'm here though. That's what's most important. What's up, Mohammed? What's up, Alexis? What's up, VC? What's up, Maddie, SF, Elisa, and Carter? Good to see you all. How are you all doing today? I was gonna just kind of chill here for a second, and then I was gonna go through some of the watch list stuff that I had posted last night and just see how it reacted, because I know today wasn't really the most exciting for some of you, so we'll just go through some stuff, and then we'll come back, and then towards like the last 20-30 minutes of the stream, I want to try to find a swing, but I'm not gonna force anything, and we can also cover some recent swings that I took, so and I'll also cover the reason I wasn't really calling these last two out. It's just because they weren't really real signals, so it's not really. You're never going to see me call something out to the group if it's not like an actual, confirmation of a strategy I promote. If it's not anything like that, I'm not going to talk about it because it's useless. Have done nothing but move snow all day? God. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I can only imagine how, I know, shoveling snow doesn't sound as hard, but you got to imagine how it must be doing it for a long time. Like a long period of time. That sucks. Yo, what's up, Dr. J? What's up, King Carnage? It's not the morning anymore, but good morning to you. It's the afternoon now. But I feel you. We are normally in here in the morning, so. We'll try to stay warm, Matty Ice. A foot and then some? Damn. That's crazy. Yo, what's up, Robert Taylor? How you doing, man? I'm pretty sure this is the Rob T from chat. I high-key remember you, Robert, off of your profile pic because you don't have a profile pic. You have, like, a blue background, and then you have, like, the default Discord profile pic still. Or it's pink, not red. Did I say red? I meant pink. Pink background. I'm reading through resultant review, and apparently Retro Gear and Alice took the same exact trade. Didn't even realize it. Or they did realize it, clearly. That's actually kind of cool. They're like pointing at each other right now, like in the Step Brothers movie. Did we just become best friends? Driving back home from VT, monitoring some swings, and vibing with y'all. What's up, Alexis? Good to see you, man. And yeah, let me know if you see anything else. I was reading through some of the Lifetime stuff to see if you had posted anything new. That's almost like the first part of the chat I check every single time I check chat. It's not Trade Floor, it's not even my Levels channel. I go to the Lifetime area because I'm like, alright, did anybody say anything new? Because I just want to see if any new swings were posted. Because honestly, almost every time somebody in Lifetime posts a swing, it pretty much slaps. And I think it's a good sign in a couple ways, because, like, it's not like we're in there yapping each other's ears off every day in that chat. But when someone does talk, it's almost like every single time someone talks, it's about something quality, because that's when someone talks. It's not just like we're in there just talking about useless stuff all the time. Like, there's almost no yapping involved in the Lifetime group. Which is kind of cool, because that's not what it was even intended to be. But that's how everyone's treating it, so that's kind of cool. Was able to trim an ABBV con. I don't know what my percentages were. I don't even remember where I sold. Let's see. It was not during this. No, it was part of this run. It was the same thing as the coin trade. I was in it, and I saw it go up kind of nice, but I just wanted to chill for a second. And then I closed Discord, and I was like, I'm going to just ignore everybody. And then, I don't know what made me get out, but I got out of it, and I wasn't part of the return move up, but I'll be honest with you, it's still kind of interesting, because it's still not really that broken out, even though it moved almost, like, 4% at one point, or 3%, sorry. But ABB, or no, I'm sorry, why am I even going to that? But Bitcoin sorry, in tandem with that coin chart, based on what we were looking at, you know, the break of a little bit of structure, they actually retook some really good areas here, and this was looking scary, but I mean, this really isn't anything yet. You know, if anything, I feel like this just empowers bulls again. You know, so Bitcoin might have a second move. So I just think it's funny. This is what actually happened on Bitcoin, and we actually got a pretty decent sized move on Coinbase today. A little ugly of an open, but that was because of that overnight move by not just SPY but Bitcoin as well. Which I posted that at like 5 something in the morning because I was kind of impressed how, I'm not joking, like if you guys just pay attention to the levels that I'm posting and you look at like the pre-markets and the extended hours, like it is literally curling and holding an area that I have. Like sometimes it's not as obvious like this one. Sometimes it'll come down to like this big one and it holds here overnight and then it'll come out of it in the morning. And like that should give you not like the greatest amount of confidence, but it should give you some extra confidence on top of, you know, anything else you might see after that. You know, if we break something to the upside, that's great because it's after this. It's not like we still need to come down here. We already did that. It's like the buy the dip thing. It's kind of cool though. Speaking of buy the dip, it was kind of cool seeing this hold. They even did the liquidated entry thing where they closed under, then retook it the next candle, high or low, ended up moving it back into range. It's crazy, man. If you go watch my breakdown on like buy the dip stuff, I literally talk about this too. Like you almost have like that retest move, which I don't know why they didn't draw right. You get some settling, and then after you get a little bit of settling, when I say settling, I'm saying like a touch, a move, a touch. Sometimes it's within like this many candles. Sometimes it can be like this many candles. So it just depends. But kind of cool because you see that slow change in trend, which I don't know why I can't draw that well today. And then you get that liquidated entry. So they didn't make a new low in terms of like actual low of day, as you can see. So that's one thing. But two is, it's kind of cool because you can see the liquidated entry almost does that every time. Maybe not, don't enter this. I'm not saying enter the next candle. I'm saying it's kind of funny how that happens a lot, how this makes a new low in terms of like meat of the candle, but it didn't, you know, make a new actual low of the day. And we've seen this a lot of times, where it does that exact thing and then the next candle goes back up again. What is that? What did we just witness? What the hell? Right? That should have fell out of the bottom and started falling, right? But no. If anything, that just amplified buyers more. Nice sandwich doji in between. Positive green candle. Oh, here's that reset candle I was talking about the other stream last week. Just kind of seeing a level break a level, or a candle, sorry, break, I said that wrong. A candle breaking a level. Big, scary red dip. You know, how do we actually tell ourselves that that's still bullish, you know? And it's by seeing, did the close of this candle hold 50% of that one? If it is, and higher probability says that you are going to continue on. Now, that's not, you know, nothing's perfect. So, don't expect it to work every literal time it holds that 50%. But it gives you something to go off of. And let's say it breaks that, and you are already in a play, or you're just bullish in general. Well, guess what? You're wrong. You're wrong short term. You can get out of it, and you can know exactly why. You don't have to sit there and be, you know, hesitant or indecisive. You can just, damn, right there. Yeah, we're starting the yapping off early in today's stream. I saw the price action. I was like, damn, I'm going to have to actually talk. Was able. Oh, wait, I already read that. Green is green. Yeah, 100%. Not tripping. SPY from previous day low to previous day close was decent for bulls. Nice PA. Yeah. The price action's fine today. Oh, yeah, Home Depot, bro. I forgot about those. I reposted those in the lifetime as well. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, that is interesting. Wow. And I didn't turn the EMAs on yet, but that is interesting how it's another hammer, because we already knew that this one was good. I don't have volume on for the daily, but that would be pretty important on that candle. That one in cat interested me, and then it was, where's she at? I move it up here? I did. AMD, which we don't have to look at that chart exactly. There we go. which I guess it did get a higher open, but I mean that would have been like, that big of a difference. And we haven't really done anything to this previous day's 50%. We haven't even really dropped at all. I mean, it's still towards the top end of that candle, so I don't know, kind of an awkward candle right here. Definitely going to be watching the low of this, the high of this, just to see what the hell's going on. And if it does pull back, I want to know, because if this is a slowdown, we can officially take a fib from here to here and be like, all right, what is it trying to do, right? So I don't necessarily even need this day's 50%. I might just have to focus on that, which it looks like they did dip into it a little bit. We can go down to the smaller time frame and see, what actually went down. So that was the Friday. No, sorry, Monday. I'm a day behind right now. Tuesday. They dipped down. And look, they did the same damn thing. So it is a new low at the same time. But look at that. The same damn thing. The close under the very next candle at the point of the chart where we're literally telling ourselves this is where I'm bullish or bearish. It's funny that this is where we see that type of, I keep saying it's a type of entry. It's not just an entry. It's just also just strong information. Seeing price do this, it tells us that this should dump, right? The very next candle taking it tells us what? That this is now turned into fuel for more upside. So whatever this does, it's probably going to be an impulse move. That's why a lot of the time I tell you guys to either draw from the level to the high of that first move, or just to watch that first move in general, see a return move, and then watch that return move. Don't just go for the first one, because this is, again, what I'm calling the impulse move. So very important. What a great week to start December. Grinch is coming strong. Yeah, for real. What's up, though, Mikey? Good to see you. And yeah, I didn't mean to start today's stream off just talking pretty quickly for 13 minutes straight, but I don't know, there's a couple good points in there. If you guys actually listen to what we're actually talking about, it's pretty detailed for actually taking real trades, taking action on different levels or different, areas or ranges or zones or whatever the hell you want to call your stuff. You can apply my type of trading to any kind of strategy too. Like anybody who has levels or any kind of indication on their screen of what they're trying to do, like they can use our retest trades. They can use those fibs. Like it's really not the end of the world. Just gotta make sure you do it right. Yo, so I've been fighting my TOS lately. So here's the pan tool, the price level tool. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Oh, y'all can. Okay. I've had to take this off just to test if it works. Because I swear to God, you'll sometimes be like on the price level tool, and then you'll be like messing around, zooming in, doing your thing, just kind of going through the charts, and then it just like goes to the pan tool, and I have no freaking clue why. Even without you clicking that. So I don't know what's causing that, but taking it off is like literally the only solution I've seen. I tried moving it to the left. I tried having this to the far right. It did not work. So yeah, that one's being troubleshooted. Sorry, my throat's a little messed up right now. Good afternoon, B. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, man. Alst. It's your B-day tomorrow. Damn, we got some close-ass birthdays. Your birthday's tomorrow. I have another person I know with a birthday tomorrow. I know 2 people with a birthday tomorrow. That's crazy. That's crazy, Al's. Good for you, man. I'll make sure to say it in chat tomorrow. I try not to say it for everybody, because I feel like I leave some people out. I also don't want to annoy everybody with birthdays every single day. But I will definitely let them know, because you're pretty active, so, I mean, that's who I mainly do it for when I tag people for their birthdays in chat, because I like to hype them up, give them that positive reinforcement, but I don't like to do it to everybody, for very good reasons. But no, happy early birthday, man. That's kind of awesome. How old are you going to be? I mean, you don't have to say it, of course. I'm not trying to be a weirdo, but just curious. It's sometimes nice to know who I'm talking to. 28. Okay, so we're basically the same age. I'm barely a year older than you. I say barely, it's basically a whole ass year. Sorry guys, if you have questions about anything we were talking about, let me know. I'm just kind of rolling through some charts real quick, and then I'll go back down to the smaller time frame. But if you guys have any requests to watch a particular chart, just let me know. A lot of my trade ideas would have worked yesterday, but I'm not seeing any of them that really made that big of a move, except the coin trade, which, again, didn't really have that much analysis behind it. It was just purely off the fact that Bitcoin was actually holding in a really good spot based off of the retest. So overnight swings for an impulse buyer move is pretty much what our expectation was. But if they're still holding, it can lead to more. So it might turn from one really good trade to multiple really good trades for all we know. Could also just stay at one really good trade. That's it. Did you put them on as well, Dev, before I start to do it? Because, again, I want to make sure you guys are able to do this on your own as well. I don't want you to think that you have to come to me for it. I want you to know that you can do it as well. And if you're just coming to me for confirmation, that's cool. I just want to make sure that you also are applying yourself. Someone say coin. We'll look at coin in a second. We're going to do Dev's first if he needs me to. We'll see, though. We'll look at them, Dev. I just want to make sure you're also trying. You want to come for confirmation? Okay. Well, are you doing, or do you want me to look at TA routine for like the daily, and you want me to like chart daily levels to see the smaller time frame, or what do you want me to? What do you want me to chart? The bigger time frame and just do like monthly levels to see the daily? What am I doing here? Bigger time frame or smaller time frame? I'm sure you're wanting me to look at the bigger time frames, but we'll see. You want me to look at? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, bet. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, that's fine. I just want to make sure you're doing it too. Because again, this stuff, I mean, let's be honest, guys. Charting my levels really isn't that hard. It just has there's a system to it. I think we can all agree on that. There's a process. It's not just throw a bunch of levels up. There's some really easy levels to throw up, but then there's some not as easy levels to throw up. But I think we can all agree once you've done it, like, you know, a couple times, it's really not that difficult. And wow, we're really just never going to get this. There we go. Oh, wow. And as soon as I get the bottom, I don't get the top. Hold up. Is OHLC even on, or am I just tripping? Nope, it's on. Hold up. Can't you do something with the crosshair? Yes, you can. Let's go. That's what I want to see. Wow, we should probably just leave that on. That's actually in a very... It's a very unique setting. Oh, there's the problem. That's why we can't do it. I can't go in between the candles. Yeah, look. My cursor's over here, and I'm stuck on OHLC. Yep, that sucks. Okay, well. My short-term good idea instantly went to shit. I swear, they need to hire me for, like, troubleshooting TOS. There's so many things I could fix for them. I mean, I don't know the solutions. They gotta do all the work, but, like, I could tell them what's fucked up. All the little tiny tedious things that people are gonna bump into. I could tell them 100. This stupid taskbar being one. This was, like, the greatest feature ever, and now it's, like, the buggiest feature ever. This is actually, like, one of the coolest features ever, because you can just, like, quickly go to it. I don't have to, like... I mean, you can just literally click the screen with your scroll wheel button, and this will pop up, so that's cool too. But and you can come down here, but that taskbar is nice because it's like a little process, like, all right, bam, 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 like, I don't know. When you're in flow state, you know what I mean. And then we'll go to the weekly real quick. Sorry, I'm kind of just yapping now. I'm gonna extend these all to the left because I hate seeing the edges of levels. Well, that's fine enough. So, big thing I'm looking for is just what's around this current price. So, like, I could see there's a little bit of a supply excuse me. A little bit of a supply here, but I'd rather draw that on the daily because it's short term. Whereas over here, this is long term, so I'm okay with drawing this on the weekly. But I use the exact same rules. Just remember, you understand my supply-demand rules. It's just, Sorry, brain fart. When there's like a high and then we drop, I'm going from the high of the move to the open of the last green candle before the pullback, right? Therefore, anything from that I can draw from it, which I can actually see there's a good retest there in this random example I'm using. And then to the upside, if I see a nice move like this one, nice resurgence move, I'm going to look down here to the bottom of it and I'm going to say, okay, well, before they launched, the low of this move down here, you could take it from here or here, really. But the low of this move to the top of the last red candle. So it's not the exact same rule. This is to the open of the last green candle from the high. This is to the top of the last red candle from the low. So a little bit different of a rule. But these are the consistency or the consistent rules that I use for drawing my high and low supply demand stuff. So I'll just show you. Which I'm not really sure how I want to draw this one. The reason I said here or here is because you really could draw this one, which would look something like this. So I'm just thinking about it first. I don't like to ever just draw it instantly be like, yep, that's it. That's all I'm going off of. And then I say this one too because, I mean, if you think about it, what I just said, I said before the big move up, the low of the move to the top of the last red candle, is this really seen as the low of the move? Or is this just an impulse move that ended up holding consolidation for a long time, and this is where the demand really is? You know, so that's why I said you probably could draw both. Because, again, they look really close together and, you know, really hard to look at on the weekly. But when you go to the daily, you can see it's really not that. It's really not like that. And you can see, too. I bet on the weekly this is a liquidated entry. Let's go look. And it is, yeah. They went under it on the weekly. The very next candle shot up. That's crazy. 11/11. I want to know what day that was. Okay, so this was the day. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So they did drop, but it was never, like, in a new week. Like, this was all within the same week. They dropped and then retook. Or, sorry, started to slow down and go back up. I'm not going to say retook. Took 2 weeks to do that. That's interesting. And then my eyes... Or, hold up. We got to finish the... Sorry. I was about to move on to the gap. We got to move on and draw the supply I was just telling you about. So if we went to the weekly, this would be a little too big, and it wouldn't make sense because it's not really fair to draw that on the weekly because this is short-term price action. It's not fair to draw that. So we have one right up here, which where the hell is this drop coming from? Here it is. So top of the move to the open of the last green candle before the drop, right? So sometimes you really could just start here, but I like to be tedious and just add that actual high. Just because it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I just think it's a little more accurate, too. I like that. And then this one will be here. Nice. So using the same rules. And I'm extending this to like 2025, 2026, 2027 in some of these examples. That doesn't matter. I'm just trying to throw the zone to the far right of the screen. So I don't have to worry about it like going past it and not actually visually being able to see the damn thing. And then we can, yeah, now we're chilling. And you can turn on your EMAs if you're wanting to use that aspect of my strategy or just look at it that way. But for just analyzing, you don't necessarily need it. God, I hate that the pan tool's not there. I keep trying to look for it. My muscle memory is looking for the pan tool right here. But just quickly looking at it, you can see there was a very strong, as we just finished covering, a very strong bullish liquidated entry. So they actually gave really good fuel for this to go up at all. Held in between the demands, so it looks like it is beneficial to draw both. Now that we're getting further, so you see how I'm starting from the left and I'm working myself over to. I'm kind of talking myself into this so I can see what the hell's going on. And then they had another bullish move. So this is a little bit more cleaner because you can see this is more of like a liquidated move. This is like an impulse move. But this time they came down. They actually held beautifully. So if we go from, like we talked about in our videos, that recent high up to the high before they slowed down. Oh, they did go under the golden pocket. That sucks. That's crazy. Dude, the pan tool. No. That's crazy power. That's a very crazy open that next day. To go over the previous day is pretty wild. To go over the last 2 days is pretty insane. On the open. I'm staring at the bottom of the meat of this candle. That's a very strong candle. I wouldn't pay attention to this at all. I would watch, now that I've looked at this more, I would watch from the low of this candle to the high of this candle. And I would watch these two levels here. Not just today, but do the next couple days continue to hold this? And if so, I would think that this is bullish retest. It's going to look awkward because they had to make that new high. Everybody saw this move. I promise you, everybody saw SMCI that much. Like, oh, I got to look at it. So, That's interesting. You were looking at the 28 levels? 28 levels. Where the hell's that at? Down here. Yeah, I would say this was like where I would become a little bit more like passive bullish. Again, you got to remember that first bullish move up when they're retaking things, just just hear my voice in your head. Impulse move, impulse move, impulse move. Don't trade that shit. You know, whatever happens next, that's what you want to trade. As soon as any amount of red candles appears, that's what you want to see. Try to hold something. And if it is, that should give you more just natural confidence that this is trying to go up. And I promise if I turn the EMAs on, it's a little bit helpful, but I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, oh, check your indicators after I just was trying to show you supply and demand. But there are other tools that we can use that are very high probability, so. Yeah, yeah, SF said it the best, actually. Andrew said, don't worry, I am here. Thank God, dude. I was honestly freezing up without you here. She said, that's an SMCI is not dying move. That's facts. No problem, Dev. And let me know, was there anything that we were, like, super far off of from each other? Was there anything that you have questions about? Because that's the template you see me probably use for any chart I'm on. So, if you had anything close to that or you were spot on, dude, you should give yourself some more confidence, honestly, because you did good. You've done good. I'm not the biggest SMCI fan, I won't lie to you, but be careful if you're going to watch that one more actively. Just because everyone's going to be looking at it now. But how is everybody in here? How was y'all's day? And what are we expecting? What are we looking for next? Let me pull up a cool website. It's called financialjuice.com. It's free. You don't even have... Oh, I'm signed in, but you don't even have to sign in to do this. If you click this cool little thing here, and then sometimes I like to keep medium on as well, but lately I've just been doing high importance. I haven't even been bothering. It'll give you just the most important news of the week. So not much more today. Just looks like some speakers that don't really matter. And then we have some interest rate stuff the rest of the week on top of just inflation data. So that'll be pretty interesting. We have Fed Pal tomorrow. So that'll be pretty cool. Haha, right? Al Street's birthday, we're getting Fed Pal. Then the next day we got trade balance, initial jobless claims, another worthless speaker. And then Friday we have unemployment, very important. Non-farm payroll, very important. And then the Michigan sentiment, which is going to be... I think it used to be more important than it is now, but it's still pretty interesting to see the reaction. But yeah, a lot of news, as you guys can see. And if you have access to the hashtag levels channel in Discord, I would definitely scroll up that. It's not like I posted that much, but check out the little summary post. I'm going to start posting those more when I see the time. I saw an update, like alert notification thing, like pop up on my thing, so I just copy pasted it and sent it. But I thought it was an interesting read, honestly, so I hope some of you like it. I read through it like twice and was like, oh, okay, this actually is like kind of helpful info. What the hell? It was from Thinkorswim too. That's why I was shocked. Very nice. Yo, good shit, by the way, Alst. Retro Gear hasn't been in the chat that long, so that was kind of cool that you like interacted with him a little bit. He's a young kid, but he seems pretty fucking smart, so I want to give him a positive place to grow up in, you know? I'm trying to unk him, but not really. He seems pretty smart, so I think he'll just naturally do that on his own. So if we just give him, like, the positive environment, that Retro Gear guy is going to be dangerous, dude. I already know it. I like that, too. Whenever you see someone with, like, tons of potential, it's like, wow, they're going to love this chat. Holy crap, Andrew. I'm just now seeing some of your... Oh, I don't have to apologize. I'm not even that late. I'm within 3 minutes of these posts. like the Adobe look. Like that higher low trend. Wish the volume was a little better, but not bad look. Yeah, FedEx, that's just crazy. You know what's crazier about that than the size of that candle is the fact that the volume is not even that crazy. That is a crazy move though, Andrew. I gotta see that on my own chart. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, what's our, like... what tells you that it does this? Like, I guess previous day low break. You're not gonna know it's making this size of a move in one day, but... like 50% of that day, probably some of the emerging candles here open to that day, but like, I mean, Jesus, dude, it broke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, went to the 6th, and broke what? How many days is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 days of price action inside of one. Now that's actually nuts. But yeah, the volume's a little nutty on that one. Google, very nice setup. Yeah, I agree. Google is a very nice setup. Good looks. Ulta has earnings this week. That sucks. That means this week it'll have the greatest setups. Damn. I hate when they have earnings because, like, I like trading Ulta. And I kind of didn't even realize that. And I've been looking at it the past few days. I just saw it doing this and I was like, wow. See what it does if it holds, like, the open of this green candle here, which it literally is on the low of today. Kind of interesting. I might move up some more before its earnings. Yeah, I'd love to see where that goes. Very, very nice. Chillin', took some small moves, waiting for my hidden retest plat to come about. Sorry. I think you meant plan. Got a dip for a bit, hopefully back before close. Feel free to ping me if you look at any swings. Yes, sir. Yeah, he is. Thank you, Alst. He said, yeah, it's scary, though. Aren't they all? Good to see you, though, Andrew Bushi. Andrew Bougie. Who all had time to watch the damn near hour and I mean, it is an hour and a half. Hour and a half video so far. Anybody have time to actually peek into that yet, or take a stab at it? Or I doubt anybody here has actually completed it. If you have, I think you're a nutcase, but I respect it. But how many of you have tried clicking on... Wait, you finished it, Aloha? Wait, hold up. How many here have actually finished it? Let me ask that question. Like, finished it. I'm talking, like, beginning to end. Not the skipping through bullshit. Will, what? Will, you watched it twice? Beginning to end, Aloha. What? Okay. If y'all are telling the truth, I'm genuinely impressed and proud of you. I did not think y'all were about it like that. I mean, to be fair, I'm not watching a 90-minute video. It's a long-ass time. But, I mean, I guess when you're passionate about what you're looking at, it makes sense to watch it, but... I'm not hating. I'm genuinely just impressed. Trying not to suck. Just get your reps in, man. You need to back test more. You need to get that natural confidence up that I talk about in that stream. Or in that whatever. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, I was just curious because it's honestly a very, very long... Alice, you don't even know if the video I'm talking about? Y'all need to have notifications on in chat, man. I can't really show you the channel, but it's hashtag trading videos. Only premium and lifetime have access, so I know for a fact you have access. Which one of you smartasses just put a B on there? It's a little disrespectful, whoever did that. Especially after all the shit that was, like, the drama that had happened. Whoever put that there, that was a little disrespectful. Yo, what's up, lag? Always good to see you. What do I mean, bee? Someone put like a bee emoji on my video. No, like a buzzing bee. I was just saying after that recent drama, that's kind of stupid to put that on there. And got a little disrespectful to me. Someone who literally had a 90-minute breakdown. I did pretty good on that too. I went back through it and I was like kind of surprised I didn't like have long periods of time where I was just quiet. Like I was nonstop talking. But it wasn't just like yapping. It was always covering something or going over something I was visually like showing. But yeah, thank you, Carter. Carter, you're so based. You gotta be careful typing those joke comments too, because somebody new might be in here and they'll be like, "Yeah, wait, where did he enter it?" And then they start thinking like that, like, "Wait, show me that." And did he just turn like some random newcomer into the most ignorant person ever? Okay, well I guess we're not watching Spy, because Jesus, that's just hard to look at. So today in my watch list, I posted Spy, of course, because Spy is an everyday thing. But in the premium group for premium and lifetime, I actually posted QQQ, which it looks like we'll be just reposting that one again because it is literally stuck between the plans. One of the plans though was to just see do they hold this, because the short-term plan, man, I really miss my trendline tool being up there. The short-term plan was we're pretty much bullish even if we do pull back, as long as we're holding this. So the fact we came down here and perfectly held that is pretty nice, and that was written in the plan. I can show that real quick just for any of the doubters. Also typed this at 1 in the morning, so as you can see, you can make your plans pretty early on in the day as long as your pre-market's pretty stable, which, as you can see, last night it was. But again, also watch for a higher low hold of 513.42, 514.14. That's, why did I mess that level up by 1 cent? I must have fat fingered it, but either way, literally to the cent, writing the levels out where it should hold. And then again, for the downside plan, you know, you can see literally looking for downside under that. You know, I'm not really looking. Why did I type 4.2 there and 4.3 there? I had to have fat fingered this one. And then you can see I go a little bit more in detail on that exact theory or that exact concept right here. It says, like on AMD, thinking out loud on this one, but if we do see 142.30s break and previous day close also breaks, expect the lower 140s to be tested. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So in this example on QQQ, what I was talking about is like, I didn't word it as deep, you know, right? And then when I went to AMD, I went full on in depth on what this should do, because it was above previous day highs, right? And all I was saying that if it did pull back, because it isn't irregular for this to pull back under, you know, the previous day high and the previous day close, using that previous day close as like a final confirmation of like, okay, this is most likely trying to go down. Where is it trying to go down to though? To this area. That's it. So it's most likely just a slight pullback that is probably going to get held, right? And if not, then, well, guess what? You have a good indication of where it's trying to fall from, 139.50. So it's kind of like an early on thing. And even though you're still bullish on the day, it still gives you like a good, like calculated way of approaching this for a short play. So that's why I liked it, and I went in depth on that, so make sure to read through that. But that's the thinking behind it. So even though there wasn't like a crazy amount of movement, the levels still gave you good information, good direction. So even if you weren't taking action, you still should have kind of expected what was going on, at least on the QQQ chart. And then we could check AMD real quick. Oh no, did I delete the chart? Oh no, thank God. Which it did happen actually. So let's mark that previous day close now that we do have this scenario. So seeing them be up here, you know, in the morning, you're probably thinking like, okay, I just need to hold previous day high and we could go up, or we'll just break PMH and go up, pre-market high. They don't do that at all. They end up falling, or I'm sorry, first candles all kinds of crazy. Next, you know, 15-20 minutes falls under most of those levels, still kind of a bunch of indecision. I mean, just look at all those wicks, wick, and it's all around these important levels. They end up dipping under it finally. They push under, they retest away, which I don't even really want to know if this is a retest type right here. It is. It's a midterm retest. So from the 5 minutes to the 1 minute, you could switch to this, see if there's a good retest going on. Which I'm going to remove that now, though. It dipped a little bit lower. Next candle retook part of the low. A little bit of an indecisive candle and another retake. So pretty clear indication that bulls are at least a little bit more present. So even though they did lose it, you can see they still didn't make it all the way down there. And that's why I say that in the notes. You know, like, this is a potential actionable trade if it does exit outside of the previous day close after failing under multiple important levels. But that doesn't make it bearish. That just means it is most likely trying to find a better buy spot down near whatever the next area is. In this example, it's, you know, the 140.60s. But yeah, so pretty interesting concepts there. And I'm sorry, but nobody talks about their strategy the way I do. I really do go full on detail on what exactly is what you should expect from what, you know. I really hope some of you guys take some notes on some of the different videos that I put out and stuff, because this is just repeated info at this point. But it's nice to go over it again and see new examples and stuff. And wow, good for Apple. As you guys can see, I messed up my chart and don't have smaller time frame levels anymore on it. I am kind of interested to see, though, if I did have my forward targets ready, where would those be right now? So, latest dip, high, using my backwards fib. And I just want to know, okay, so we haven't even reached the first one yet. There's still room. And then I want to draw the old all-time high, which should be this, right? No, they made it here. So we're only 2 days above the old all-time high right now, but multiple green days and green weeks in a row on the Apple chart. That's pretty interesting. It almost makes you think, is Microsoft about to do the same thing? And that was the big reason I had posted Microsoft the other day for some small day trades and stuff, just for a potential move. And then, of course, they had this crazy, huge day. And then today, I'm glad I didn't post it because we didn't do anything on there today. So I'll probably be watching this a lot more, though, because if Apple's strength continues on, it makes you have to wonder, you know, is this about to happen on Microsoft? And if Microsoft starts pulling back, does Apple start to slow down? You know, it can mean either way. They tether. So we'll have to go off that over the next couple days as we get more info. Again, using your info to empower you, to give you that confidence, not just random stuff. Oh, that's a lot of talking. I really am just a natural workshop video. Oh, and we saw Amazon keep going. We saw Meta keep going. That makes you wonder, is Google about to follow, you know? Nvidia had their run. Semis are having a little bit of a slowdown. Tesla had their run. AMD really hasn't participated in a true run yet, so we'll see. You know, recently, that is. So that's kind of interesting to think of. See if we'll get some more movement on that. I was watching JPM with just some random small time levels because just a nice little hammer here. I like that they followed through here and that this day didn't follow through, so just looking to see if they get extra under this previous day low, or they're going to stay under the previous day control point, which they actually did that perfectly today. They went above it, then dropped under it. A little 3-bar play and a midterm. They fell into the 245, or not into the 245, but close enough. So they made it to the level. They haven't broken it. So no more pain has been ensued yet on that chart. And Netflix, beautiful price action as always. The daily will always kind of confuse you, but oh my god, do I love this chart. Look how clean that is today. Today was a good kind of look for holding type day. Clean price action on some of these individual equities instead of just, you know, coming to SPY and be like, oh, it did buy. Because there is a nice little double bottom here, and then they hold a higher low of that move, and you can see there's like a little bit of a 3-bar play in between the continuation. So there is good indication that this is a pretty strong bullish move back holding this area again. It's not just a bunch of green candles. Good for meta, 100%. Unless you meant that rhetorically and you hate meta. Spy at high of day, struggles to break it. What's up, Stefan? I swear every time I see your profile pic, Stefan, I think of, what's the chess player I'm thinking of? You look like one of the big chess creators. I can't remember his name. At least the profile pic at first glance does. Your videos have really helped me lately. Just wanted to give a shout out and say bro, thank you. Thank you for even typing that. Seriously. Some people will come send me a DM at like 2 in the morning, but I appreciate you typing that here in YouTube chat. Thank you. DIA was today late winner. What's up, Motivation Healing? How you doing? Well, I'll look at DIA real quick. I don't check the Dow as much, but, you know, the Dow is pretty damn important. Oh, yeah, this actually did have some yeah, good call. It actually, like, had some good out of previous day range movement. It actually went somewhere, and then the return move was pretty one directional. I mean, this is how we see it on the other markets, too, but nice to see. Might also feel less cluster because I have no levels on it, but it actually went outside the previous day range pretty well. That's what I was meaning by that. 607 by end of day. What is the next level? 60640s? Yeah, 607 is possible. I don't know about from right now. With an hour and 22 left. I respect your call, though. Yeah, I mean, they'd have to just exit this range at all. Like, to any extent would be nice. It brings to question, too. Because this isn't the first time we've been here. The other day, we were here. And we failed to really move higher. So it makes you wonder, you know, does this, like, weakness here and this pullback here, does this actually create fuel to go up and actually allow us to go hit those levels? Also, think about this right here using context. Let me go to a chart where we're not as blinded. The old all-time high is right here, right? And this is how we pushed through it. It wasn't so obvious. You know, they struggled, they went over, they struggled, they went over. You know, that's not so easy to follow, but you can see, though, they might not have to do that weird, not as obvious type price action again, because they might have created fuel for this to go through the next level. So the next time we see this pop, the new high, the new all-time high, this might actually get some continuation. But again, it's not fair to say that. I'm speaking from just a price action point of view when I damn well know we have some news this week that could, you know, mess up some stuff, because interest rate, inflation, these are two very important things right now, and they're going to remain to be for a bit. So as data comes out on those, this will probably react more, but price action wise, I do like it, and it is setting it up to where it isn't as obvious as it was before, so it really could get some continuation, and it actually makes sense, you know, not just to be like parabolic or anything. There's some actual understanding to why it could go up here, not just because green candle, you know. Wait, what was Andrew about to say? He said, hey, Bueller. I really... Carter said not financial advice. Full blast off. NFA, it's going to the moon. No. I just wanted to cover that point because you guys always hear me say, like, I hate when there's an obvious high made, and there were 2 of them made. I mean, damn near 3 of them made. But I really like the fact that this wasn't that obvious right here, because it allows, like, it to be potentially fuel for this to go higher. I'm not saying it is going higher. I'm saying if it was to go higher, it would actually make sense compared to this other time where if this would have just had this close and then we jumped up, that wouldn't have made that much sense because that was the first time they did it. You know, it's very obvious. So it's hard to believe that if it's that obvious that many people profited, right? Whereas when they make it struggle a little bit more, that makes more sense, where more people will be out of trades. It's not as obvious anymore, you know, so And they might do that the rest of this week. They might do this again. That's another possibility. Let me talk about the opposite scenario. They could do this thing where they're keeping it red, green, red, green, red, green, but they're holding good areas, because this will allow people to get out of their trades because they're scared. They don't know what to do. They don't know why things aren't just going straight up anymore. That euphoric feeling of their trading entry is just gone. So until that's gone, we can't go up anymore. Someone's got to be wrong. So real talk now. Short Google. It's hard to short Google on its own when everything else is looking so good. But you're not wrong, though. This does look good. Actually, Tesla looks like shit. And really what you need to look at is Meta and... Oh. That's kind of awkward. Oh. I don't know. That one's a little awkward because Google sector and Meta are making new all-time highs. Interesting individual setup on Google, though. I think I'll just watch that one from the sideline. I always do that too. I think that's what's helped me remember like what's in what sector. Because like, as soon as I think of Google, I think of XLC and Meta. As soon as I see Amazon, I think of Tesla and XLI. As soon as I see Microsoft, I think of Apple and XLK. As soon as I see JPM, I think of Berk B and like 80 other shitty banks. And then I think of XLF, the bank sector. I see AMD, I think of Nvidia, even though this isn't as tethered as like some of the ones I just mentioned. The betas are a lot higher on these other ones. Meaning they move more in unison with SPY than others. It moves with SPY. Very heavily. Oh, I keep going to Apple like my chart's ready, but it's not. Let me check your lifetime thing, though. Did you post another one, or the one I already saw? Because I already went through all those. Yeah, okay, I did. Yeah, I read through them when you showed me these initially. Oh, wait, I didn't see your first solar one, though. I think I clicked off the screen after that, after Ulta. For this, lowering volume at the 200 MA plus will gap down tomorrow. Oh, I see where you say that. Struggling at that same spot again. I would say this time's even more convincing than the last time, too, just because it's like two completely weak candles, where the first one was kind of just like one weak candle. This might even be a better setup than that first one. The first time it dropped under that. Damn, Andrew's getting on it, man. These everyday reps are really going to put you against the world, dude. You're going to be ahead of a lot of people. And good luck with your trades, regardless of what you're getting into. I just, again, commending you for that, because it's not like for my attention that Andrew does that. Like, it's not like, oh, I got to post so Bueller sees me. Like, no, he's doing that on his own, like, for his own good. His own routine. He's going through that, making sure he's going through a scanner, a list, if that's what he wants to do. And then find some setups he likes, find some he doesn't like, talk about some of them in his head maybe. And then the next day, review some of them, backtest them. How did they do? Don't just, talk about it and never look back at it again. So, good job, Andrew. Setting a good example. Good afternoon, HVAC Will. Damn, he said good afternoon to chat. This man's got manners. SPY new low day before market closes, so news can allow a pop-up or further drop. Eric, you're really covering your bases there. That's funny. Yeah, I figured y'all would appreciate a stream schedule being posted for once. And we've already had some really good talks in here, and it hasn't even been that long. Good shit. First hour of the stream's been very informative. Couple good questions asked in here, too. I don't know why I keep doing that. I think I have a tick. I think I just love to check the daily first, and I have to do it in that order. Oh, whoa. Here, let me remove that purple line now. And yeah, like the stream, guys, if you've been in here. I appreciate it. You know what I really want to take? I really want to take NVIDIA calls, but I feel like that's such a stupid trade. Like, the timing is stupid. The trade isn't stupid. The timing is stupid. Just feels like this thing's about to pop. AMD didn't really pull back shit. I still like the coin potential, even though the chart itself looks like crap. Just because Bitcoin itself is not invalidating itself yet. It's still bullish. I like it short term as long as 95,500 is holding. 95,500 breaks, that's not looking good for them short term. In terms of just a small pullback, they'll still be in the 90,000s. Even if they do pull back. Yeah, a couple interesting setups, not gonna lie. IWM's a little interesting too, because it's been on this kind of just like low volume red vibe. But we have closed outside of this now finally, but this just feels like the biggest trap I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know if I completely trust that one either. Tesla's interesting because of the open close. Again, guys, you really do need to keep your eyes locked onto the low, high, open, close, high, low, open, potential close. We don't know if it's closing there yet. Because that's really what helps you dictate like patterns more. And you can see this is pretty much a bullish kicker. They're not under the entirety of the previous candle, but the fact that the open is under the open of the previous day is kind of crazy. Because that means they closed here and then opened all the way down here. And then they started to do their price action. And it's kind of interesting because if you just use that previous day control point method, they actually, I was going to say it actually looked like it was like, let's mark both of them for example's sake. I was going to say, though, that it felt like the top of this candle went to about the middle part of the entire of that candle, which is kind of interesting because all of us know that's bearish. And yeah, that's where the initial lower high was made before you can see a complete bearish trend was made on intraday. I'm not going to say we're in a bearish trend because, as you can see, we are clearly not. But interesting. Could be a short-term pullback for this one, so. Watch that overnight gap fib. I'd probably mark this because that's now going to be short-term important. This day's 50% might be important, but you don't need it because you got this level up here. So that might be fine for now. Mark that. Yeah. So Tesla, kind of freestyling that chart right there, but man, I'm still looking for that pan tool. Kind of freestyling the chart there, but I don't know. Interesting. Very bearish day in terms of the daily. As you can see, we have that overnight gap fib from that gap up, and they are perfectly settling at that. So we have a good game plan for Tesla tomorrow. Maybe we can type up Tesla tomorrow. This is, of course, some of the plans we typed for today. At AMD, QQQ, and JPM. which I didn't post this one in chat because that was like me personally watching that because I wanted to back test it. I don't really know if I like JPM's chain. I think I'm starting to slowly confirm to myself that I don't think day trading this would be good. I think swing trades are fine on it, but I don't think the day trades are that feasible. Apple, more highs. There's an aviation company that's going to mine Bitcoin on aeroplanes. Another 760 billion industry is coming to Bitcoin. That's crazy. No way. Did y'all see the new Jaguar that got revealed? Oh my god. Bro, this has got to be a joke. Tell me this isn't serious. Oh, y'all can't hear that. Y'all still can't hear that. Hold up. We gotta enjoy this together.
So I am with the all-new Jaguar Type 00, which is a design vision. Check it out, it looks absolutely insane. When we look at the front, we can have a look at all these...
What is this European Steve will do it?
Amazing LEDs, 23-inch...
What the fuck? Hold up. What? No way this is real, dude. It's real. There's no way, bro. Bro, this is actually crazy.
23-inch wheels, and I'll show you the back of the car as well. These insane lights, as you can see. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a look inside as the doors open. Absolutely crazy. Check out that interior, which is unbelievable. And then we have another storage compartment which comes out as well.
Why is it so fucking loud? It sounds like a bunch of fucking plastic trays scraping each other as they pull out. You don't hear that, right?
Check out that interior, which is unbelievable. And then we have another storage compartment which comes out as well.
That sounds
And
like
then the
shit.
screens go up as well. That is insane. So I am with the all...
That is insane how shit it sounds as the screens fold out. Bro, fuck that. That car looks like crap. It's like they did a gender reveal for the car. Like, what? Like, you know the gender reveal parties with the pink and the blue? Like, that's what that felt like. It could also be saving a brand trying to get woke. Yeah, I guess. That's one way to look at it. Triple Q at yesterday's high. Yeah, we got SPY pretty close to theirs now, too. I went to Twitter for 2 seconds. I got off Twitter 2 seconds later. The natural... the natural cycle of Twitter. we just finished covering the Tesla gap. I go into Discord and I see someone asked about it too. That's funny. Bearish kicker on the daily, which I'm glad we went over that because I didn't want anybody to see that and get trapped. Just because, like, yes, it's a bearish candle, but if you actually look at the chart, it's really not the greatest place for one. There's no extra confirmation yet. God, I am so tired. Yo, how's everybody on stream so far, though? Anything we need to go over? Does anybody have any questions from any of my videos or any streams from the past or anything they need covered? This is honestly the time to ask me. It's not in my DMs. It's here on stream where I can go over things and it doesn't require me to record or send you a private video. I can go over things that other people can witness too. This is the greatest time to ask me for anything you might be thinking about, or even just something you want to look at. It isn't always just about questions. Sometimes you just want to show me something that's cool too. Yeah. Don't be scared to ask. And they did, in fact, keep holding on, hold the higher low, keep moving on. Very interesting by the dip move today. You're scared to ask? Yeah, probably don't ask then. Stay scared. No problem, John. And I wasn't like trying to treat it as like, oh, I just went over that. You should be in stream. Like, no, I just meant like we just covered that too. You get mentioned on stream again. I mention you a lot if you're ever in here. Every time I see you type, I'm almost always giving you some pat on the back because I don't know. I like when people don't like over type. I like when people go into chat and pretty much only type when there's something worth typing about, right? I mean, it's cool to all get to know each other and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I just mean like when the time comes and it's market open, you know, or markets, you know, going. I really appreciate when people keep it, you know, serious. Just because it's not just for me. Like, you gotta remember, like, the replayability and, like, other people that are in here, too. Like, someone might be just lurking in the shadows right now, just reading everything and hearing everything we're saying and just learning and soaking it all up. And if we're going over all the dumbest stuff I could imagine, we're not really helping that person, are we? So it's not even just about me or you. It's just, like, it's nice to keep that just positive environment and just learning environment. And I know that's crazy coming from me because I'm rough on everybody, but I wouldn't be rough on everybody if there wasn't a need to be, you know? It's not like I do it because I want to. Yes, Bueller, why won't SPX 20x my poot already? You didn't dance hard enough and stare at the sky long enough. I told you, there's a certain method. I'm scared to ask. Stay scared. I'm reviewing the retest for QQQ single candle. Wait, what? Retest drawn from yesterday high to the top. Okay, thank you. That's helpful. QQQ. You said drawn from yesterday high to the top of the retest candle. Oh, you're okay. So here to here. Wait, so you're drawing it from... Yeah, that would be right. So you're drawing it from here to here? Is that what I'm hearing? Not really trading, just reviewing. No, that's fine. That's fine. This is literally the time to do that. I'm just... When you hear me ask stuff like that, I'm trying my best not to sound condescending, but I am genuinely just curious because I'm genuinely asking, like, is that what you did? I'm genuinely just trying to understand so I can be on your level and then talk to you. I don't like to ever, like, not understand something's doing because maybe you have a different thought process to me. I like to be on the same page. I just want to make sure that that's clear. Okay, that's what I was... Okay, yes, you are correct. You don't really need to draw a fib here if it's just a single candle retest, but sometimes it's kind of cool to draw them, but I don't normally draw them if it's just a single candle. But good looks, though. You're correct. You're correct. As long as you're just holding 50% of that previous candle, that's what I'm... With single candle retest, I really don't care about this fib. Oh my god, dude. I don't really care about this fib. It's still helpful, don't get me wrong. But that's not really what I care about. When I see a single candle retest, I'm really focused on, is it holding 50% of that previous candle? That's what I care about. Also, you want to see these at the beginning and after other retests as well. So this is good because we've already been moving up, seeing this pop up because this could be a continuation. But of course, if you see other retests pop up and then you see this pop up, it's beautiful. Sorry for being sensitive. Yeah, I have to just make sure because some people are so insanely sensitive. I have to word myself in certain ways. Because I'm really not trying to make enemies. I'm genuinely just trying to go over my strat. It's all it's about. I don't care about other shit. It's really that simple. But yes, you're correct, Dr. J. Good shit. Also, another reason I don't like to draw that single kind of retest is because, like, it's not fair to draw this from here to here when this already happened. You know, technically you're needing to pop that high, right? And maybe this single candle retest is the best they can show us. We'll see. So that's another thing to wait until you're married. Oh, I'm gonna be so good at not doing that. IWM. But yes, Dr. J, I'm glad you asked it that way too, because like that's what you need to do. You need to be like ghosting this stuff. You need to be like mentally reviewing it, back testing it, you know, trying to prove things wrong, prove things right, and then so you can remember those different conditions that did that, make them right, make them wrong, and you can take advantage of those when you see them pop up. But just remember, when you see this single candle retest, it really is like, I think if it is, I think I said it in that 90-minute video, but I think I called it like the peanut butter and jelly type retest, because it really is in between. It's like the in between. It's just the good stuff you want in between, but it hasn't really proved anything yet, though. You know, it hasn't really shown like, yeah, we're up, yeah, we're down. Like, this is just something else, right? So I don't really like to use it by itself. I really like to use it. This is why I call it the peanut butter jelly. I really like to use it with the other retest, which I see as like the bread, like the foundation of everything, right? So if I see like, oh, okay, it did a midterm retest, and then I'm seeing that the single candle, that just amplifies my setup. It makes me even more confident seeing that again. Ni hao, what's up, React? What's up, React? Good seeing you as always. Peng Yao Ni Hao. That's how you say hello, friend, in Chinese. Peng Yao Ni Hao. Peng Yao Ni Hao. I bought a 500 call on Tesla for end of December. Wish me luck. Jesus Christ. That message just kept like going, every word, like it just kept raising the momentum. First words I saw were 500 call Tesla end of December, and then wish me luck. I do wish you luck, Riak. Ryaku. Peng hao ni hao. Why does shorting Chinese stocks look like it would pay off right here? Good little retest of that last high on BABA at least. JD's still above it. EMPH inside bar, it's about time. We got one here. I didn't get much movement. We got one here. We're about to get some movement. Last inside bar was down here. This one, now this one. I'm deleting everything off this screen. Dude, I I keep looking for that pan tool. That's gonna take a minute to break. That habit's gonna take forever to break. Okay, the more I look at this, the more I don't want to even draw a zone. Let's go ahead and draw some anyway. I don't really know if it's valid to draw this because they broke this, but I just want to see what it looks like. Jesus. It's perfect. I'm not too keen on entering inside bars early, but if I entered one early, it'd be this one. I might have to enter that in the last, like, 10 minutes of the day. There is also the upside risk of the... because this is where they close, so this gap's actually a lot bigger than it looks. Because people are looking at this, but the gap starts here, not down here. So the halfway point is way the F up here. Another $10, dude, holy. So that's kind of the risk. You're either looking at a potential lower high, inside bar can double confirm that, or you're looking at a breakup, which is definitely going to lead to a $10 move, for the most part, to at least the 50%, like I said. 83.50s area, most likely. So that's a very interesting spot. This might be one of the most powerful setups. Kind of sucks it's this chart. If this was like Microsoft, I'd be very excited. Nvidia, AMD. EMPH though, I'm still excited, just not as excited. This does look really good though. Kind of interested too. I don't know how you would draw that though. Would you start it from here? You would have to start it from here because that's where it fell from. That's where it fell to. Inside bar after one candle already. I don't know. I like this. This is pretty insane. Pretty easy stop out too. Like, once you're above 74.50s, you're kind of wrong. Once you're above 75.60s, you're definitely wrong. Damn. Okay. Well, we just low-key found like one of the best setups on the market today. That's kind of cool. Good shit, Andrew. Anybody else who partook in that? I know I'm not the only one who looks at this. Whoops, I almost pressed that in the wrong channel. Well, we'll come back to that and see what's going on. If I did enter that, it would have to be a... I don't know, because you got to understand, like, it's not just trying to break to this. It's probably trying to break to the downside to do a retest. So let me see if this is the slowdown point. 67's the 50%. 67, that's an insane move, so that's not really fair to say. I was going to say like 69. 69. That's probably a good strike. Horrible open interest. Love that. 70 has good open interest, but that's probably just because it's a psychological contract, so it could be just a hedge. I wouldn't trust that too heavily. 69's kind of dead on that chain. Damn, I don't want to do end of December. And we can't. Okay, so looks like that was our only option. The 70 strike. So I'll probably check this one end of day. 70 strike for December 20th. For anybody who just wants to take an overnight swing, you could look at the same weeks, but I'm just not a huge fan of them because these will die out a lot quicker on this type of chain. The implied volatility is just... not even the IV, just the volatility in general on this chain and stock is pretty wild. And I don't really like next week contracts. Those suck. Yeah, so December 20th or no-go on that one, in my opinion. And again, not financial advice. I'm merely just going through my own strategies. I take my own trades. I do what I want. And tons of people like this strategy. Tons of people have learned my strategies over the past 5, 6, 7 years. I can't even remember how many years this has been anymore. It's been so long. And tons of people have come and go. We have a few people who've stayed for a very long time. Still have people to this day that just historically just come back whenever they feel like it, and totally welcome to. Alright, well, I'll not forget that. EMPH intraday, I'll check that in the last 10 minutes. What didn't I like? About what? What did I say I didn't like? I already forgot. I started reading something from Discord for a second. What do you mean? I pretty much just said like 100 things I loved about it. I think I said maybe the options chain wasn't like the great because the volatility is a little wild. I don't like it for overnight swings. I think if you're going to take that trade, you should go December 20 contracts. I don't think I said anything about it I didn't like, though. Did I? I can't remember now, but I glazed the EMPH setup, though. That's all you gotta know. Nice little lower high here on the 5-minute. We don't just have a touch, we have a touch and rejection now. So this could lead to a slowdown to the end of the day. Oh, it's the contracts? Okay. Yeah, I just didn't like the open interest on some of it. I expected it to be higher, the volume too, because like if that chart's moving up, I'm expecting more people to be looking at it. So the fact it doesn't is kind of surprising. It's like the same numbers it probably had a couple weeks ago. Well, you don't have to worry about the spreads if it has volume. I don't think you have to worry about that with the MPH. You really shouldn't worry about spreads that much. I see a few of you guys mention it a lot. Like, you just got to know how to abuse it, right? If you're buying the bid or the ask, like you got to just see the spread. If it's let's say the spreads, we'll make it easy, 100 to 110. Let's say it's a 10 spread. Let's do a crazier one. We'll do 100 to 135, right? It's a $35 spread for some reason. I don't even know how they would do that. They wouldn't. But let's just say it's crazy. You can move that around. Like you don't have to buy in the middle here. This is what I mean. Wait, what? Oh, we're on SPY. So let's say I'm buying this contract right here, right? I'm buying this contract, this one. So this is the bid and ask. Here's the bar I can mess with. So this is only going to show 1 penny. But just pretend this says 100 and pretend this says 130, right? So there's a $30 spread. Pretty crazy, right? So just, speaking just plain, you're not all the time going to be able to buy down here. This would be seen as like you're lucky, like you must have got timing or something like that. Like if you're actually trying to get a good cheap entry, this is where you want to get it, but you're most likely not going to get filled, right? If you're trying to aim towards like the lower part to the mid part, you have a really good chance of getting in without paying for the more expensive part of this contract. You can buy in the lower part to the middle part, right? So if it's 100 to 130, you could probably get away with getting it for 112, 114, 115, right? In between the halfway and the lower part. But you're trying to aim for in between here. But just understand you're not always going to get entry. So that's why sometimes people don't care and they do just buy the higher side of this between the 50% and the full end of that, the 130 part of that bid. So people are buying like this part because they don't care about entry. They just want to get in. So they don't care about that. They just want convenience. They want to just get in. So that you just got to remember there is a difference, but you can abuse the shit out of it. Because it's, yeah. You are in direct control of where you're buying. I just want to make that clear because I don't want anyone in here to get that like early on fear of like, well, if it has a shit spread, I can't trade it. Because like that's not true at all. You have actually probably more advantage to trade it, especially if it has volume. Why I said it has to have volume is because if it doesn't have volume, you're not going to be able to abuse where you're buying and exiting on that spread as much because you're not going to get filled. It's lower chance you get filled because not many people are trading it, right? And that's why it's important to have volume for if you're doing that. Because you need other people to be there. That's, in short, that's what you're looking for. No, you're good, Andrew. I know you're not meaning like that. I had to say it because you said it and other people might hear it and think one way or another. Smaller candle, big volume. Oh, good eye react. Keith Martin, is my 500s safe and cold hope rise by 300% by 2025 end due to Trump's policy already up 18%? You're questioning if you're up 18% or you're telling me you're up 18%? What even is cold? Oh, it's the natural gas thing. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, natural gas, I can't hate on that. Because with this policy, this is going to get a lot better. So, I don't know what this is, like this ticker, but I just know that natural gas is good. So, I don't know what to tell you else, Keith. I'm not here to tell somebody that you can get a 300% rise. I'm not going to be unrealistic. But if you do get a large rise, your weekly chart is what I would focus on. I wouldn't be someone who's on the daily time frame. I wouldn't even go lower than that ever. To watch your position if you really are trying to hold for the long run. Are you in shares or options? I'm assuming shares. I would like to think shares. Don't tell me this guy just dropped in here, said that, and then left. That's the internet for you. A lot of people will do that on like all kinds of apps. Yeah, trying to hype it. I do agree with his play though. I wasn't even hating on it either. I was like, yeah, that's actually smart. I just don't like when people shill stuff out like that. Yeah, we're just a bunch of sheep. We'll just follow him. Very dumb. I think a lot of people are trying to call for Bitcoin's early death, and I genuinely believe they're going to get screwed. As long as the 95 500s are holding. How did my headset just die, dude? This thing sucks. My headset's weird. Like, I can't tell if it's dead or if, like, it was tired of not having audio to something. So it's like, alright, we're just going to turn off. That's what it feels like sometimes. Yeah, when does that new Squid Game season come out? Is that happening soon? I felt like I was hyped for that at one point, and then I forgot about it. Because they're taking way too much time marketing this thing. Had a friend say to me, XRP is up, dude. They are projecting $5 to $10. You should get in. I've made so much money. Yeah, UPST is crazy. You just got to understand, though, that it's very reactive to interest rate policy. So if the market thinks it's slowing down because news is coming out, they'll pull it down. If they think the news is going to be looking good for it, they're going to start pulling it back up. So this could just be in anticipation of interest rate news coming soon. Like, just any data on something that could adjust interest rate would affect this. Right now, people are looking at the labor and just all the job stuff because it was looking like that was going to cause more inflation short term. But because, again, like I said many times before, the Fed and why they're so tedious about everything is because they don't want to get into a shittier situation. We're already in a shitty situation, and we were. But they don't want to make it worse by doubling back and going down again, you know, in terms of inflation going up and labor costs and just everything just being really shit. So they're taking their time, collecting the data, and then as these different reports come out, they adjust the interest rate policy. Like, okay, yeah, we'll start to relieve it some more. And as they start to relieve it more, you will see UPST continue to rise. It's just natural. It's tied to the interest rate policies. But yeah, that's most likely why you're seeing some very rapid moves on that. I was thinking about that the other day too, and that's most likely why. It's very reactive to the interest rates right now. Especially now, more than before, when like Leland was first getting into it. because more people see it now. More people know that this is tied to interest rates now. Whereas before, when Leland was getting into it, I didn't even know that. I had no idea. So I promise you, most people didn't know, but most people know that now. It's just kind of common knowledge for this stock now. So this is going to have a lot more eyes on it. So it's going to be very reactive, and it's going to have good volume, most likely. This isn't a bad one to keep on your watch list for the next, 4 years. 4, 5, 6 years. But yeah. That's most likely why. Still crazy, regardless of the reasoning. Crazy, like you said. That amount of movement can't be good for anything. I think about it as like the weather changing too. When it's cold outside and then the next day it's hot and you're like, wait, this cannot be good for the ground. This could not be good for life. That's how I think about it. It's just that rapid change can't be good. But you got to think about it in terms of the stock market. Can't be good means it just created more liquidity. More people moved into the sideline, just created more opportunity for this chart to move a shit ton more. Yeah, especially with Powell talking tomorrow too, which I think he's going to stick to the script. He's just going to say what I literally just said. He's going to be like, yeah, this is all reactive of the policies, and we're going to have to focus on, the labor stuff and the job numbers and this and that, and we just need to make sure that inflation doesn't just blow out of proportion to get blah, 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 blah. And then we can slowly bring interest rates down to the calculated measure that we have talked about previously. He's going to sound exactly like that. He's going to say almost bar for bar what I just said tomorrow. Unless job numbers come out and it's like, wait, crap, we are actually worse than we were before. Then he's going to probably, react to that in his meeting. If there is a question thing at the end of it. Which there should be. But that is my whole take on that. And that's why I don't like to get into it. Because you saw how all of that I just went through, none of that even matters to some of my strategy. It's like, why do I need to worry about that? Now, it matters when looking at UPST. So as you can see, it's situational. But that's why I don't really like to stare at the whole Powell interest rate stuff. Because it's like, it's just going to get better over time. That's just naturally going to happen. So we just have to stick with that mindset. And then focus on, your day-to-day routine, your week-to-week routine. Because sometimes thinking about that stuff will make you overthink or get overwhelmed, and then you just don't even feel like trading. Or you end up making just the craziest crap trade of your life. Hi, Bueller, new YouTube subscriber here. What's up, David? I think that's how you say your name, Devinder? I'm sorry if I'm abusing your name. Enjoying learning your system. One question, is there a way we can mark price levels in TradingView as easily as you do in TOS? There is something. Can somebody that's in here who is on TradingView help me out? What is it called when you guys mark the levels like I do? You know how I turn on OHLC and I can mark levels on the fly, on the open, the highs, the lows, the closes. What is that called? Don't y'all have something similar to that? I know you'll have the price level tool. It's something different, but don't y'all have something where you can connect your lines like that? Oh, he said, yeah, there you go. There, the magnet. He said turn on the strong magnet. And then Alt plus J for every line. What does Alt plus J do? I'm just curious because I have no idea. Make it extend right and not left. That was a good time to ask that question, David. You had Andrew in here. Alt H is line, Alt J is ray, one way. Oh, okay. Damn, bro. They expect people on TradingView to learn that? And yeah, David, screenshot that, write it down if you need to. And if you have any questions, David, you can also go into the Discord for free. You don't have to sign up or anything after you just signed up for YouTube. I'm not trying to market you to buy more shit. But the Discord is free to join, to join and engage with people. But there's a lot of people in there that also use TradingView. I use TOS. Majority of my chat uses TOS. But there is a pretty good number of active people in there that still use TradingView. I can't even freaking speak. One of my best traders, Leland, he uses it as well. Well, he uses both. I'm working on an indicator on TradingView to mark levels automatically. That sounds hard. The levels that I draw, the levels we use, the emerging candles and stuff, and then the previous day pre-market and stuff. Oh, for my system. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, let me know if you get that to work. I've always been interested in something like that because it would be kind of cool, but I like going. I've always taught it this way. That I like going through the system, but I'm not bitching at anybody that wants it to be automated. But I love going through it manually because it makes me feel like I know what my levels are. Like I'm more in tune with what I did. Like I'm more part of it. Like I'm more in with the chart. Whatever the hell, however the hell to make that make sense. I'm fumbling over here. There is an indicator for BB levels, but I think he means like everything. He sounded like he wanted everything. If he does get that to work, I'd be down to use it. I'd have to redo it to make it like work from TradingView to TOS, but that could be done. ChatGPT does exist. It's actually funny that y'all mentioned that. Last night I was up for probably 2 hours while watching like a stream I was staying up for, and I was actually had my TOS open, and I was sitting here talking to ChatGPT for, not even joking, 120 uncontested minutes. Just going back and forth trying to figure out why some of the code was wrong for one of my indicators, the BB system one. Because I noticed it wasn't accurately marking some of the pre-market or pre-market lows or like some of the levels. It'd be off by like 2 or 3 cents. And that's not really that big of a deal, but it was bothering me. So I tried figuring it out and I couldn't. And then that was it. And this was the final product. I basically just adjusted the one Leland made, but it's the same damn thing. I can't remember what I did. Oh, here it is. Oh, and it's not showing. How cute. There it goes. So if I was on a new chart... Oh, there are no drawings in this. Good. Let's see. Did it do it accurately today? It did draw the pre-market high correctly today, which it did not do that yesterday. Wait, that's not pre-market high. Hold up. Yeah, I think it is still messed up, actually. Oh, wait. I'm stupid. Nope, I'm dumb. I was just dumb. No, that's previous day high. What is this supposed to be, then? What is yellow? I just need to see what's yellow. The open and the close. Okay. Never mind. I think that is right, actually. Previous day high, pre-market high. Previous day low, pre-market low. That's right. My pre-market high, previous day high are green. My pre-market low, previous day low are red. Previous day midpoint's orange. Current day opens white. And the reason these are thicker is because these are probably the two most important of them all. And then this should be previous day open, previous day close. Let's see if that's accurate. Yeah, see, like, I think the close is off by a hair. Yeah, the close is off by, like, a literal hair. And that's what I meant, like that. Like, it's probably not that big of a deal, but, like, 2 cents still wonder, it makes you wonder. Wait, what do you mean, Ryan? I wish it marked pre-market even with it turned off on TOS. Oh, like having this off. Wait, isn't that what you wanted? Oh wait, it didn't mark pre-market high. I just realized, yeah. That's previous day high. Huh. I don't think I ever looked at that. Because at the time, I think I was always using this. I never really used the all black chart. I was always stuck on this for a while. So at the time, I must have not even have cared. Huh. I'm sure we could get that to work. I could probably talk to GPT tonight. I go to GPT because I don't like to bother Leland anymore. He has done a lot of tedious work for me. And, like, this shit's not It's not like difficult. It's just like it's really annoying to look at when you're going through like the code of it and like trying to figure out why the fuck something's wrong, and then you go back, you try to fix it. It's like, dude, then you got like 10 more things wrong. It's like, what the hell? You think you're about to finish it all, and then you open up more problems. But GPT helps it out a little bit. But even GPT messes up a little bit. Yeah, kind of cool, kind of cool. I'm turning that off now because, again, I like to manually draw them, but it would be cool if someone somehow came up with an indicator that drew emerging candles and gave me this. That would be cool. I think I would probably actually rock that indicator, but I don't even know how you would do that. You would have to define what an emerging candle is, which is like super specific. So I don't even know. But what's up, David Singh? How did you hear about us? I thought you were someone that was already in our Discord because your last name is just like someone else that we've had in here too. Singh. I've had someone with that same name before, so I thought you were the same person, but I must be mistaken. Oh yeah, you joined 3 days back. You're definitely different than the guy I'm talking about then. But your name's easy to remember. Is that your actual first name? I'm not making fun of you. I'm actually curious. David, or is it like Devinder? Like, how do you say it? Well, I mean, you can't tell me. I guess I'll have to look it up. That's kind of cool. It's like a unique way of like having David in your name. I'm probably abusing your name right now. Devinder. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, I appreciate you being in here. Thank you for anything, really. Thank you for the feedback. I'm kind of just chilling now because we're at the end of the stream. I think I'm waiting, but I do want to enter EMPH. Oh, I guess we could backtest the EMAs. Where are they sitting at on the chart? I don't necessarily need these two. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Okay, let's see where those other two are at now. Nowhere to close, of course. Well, that sucks. One thing I want to check now is halfway point. Of course. Welcome to the dark side. Yo, like, you saw how fast he was replying to me, though? That's why I think it's, like, funny when someone, like, I'm asking them questions, and they're, like, they're not typing back. It's like, bro, I know you could type back. I just had this guy that just joined my chat 3 days ago type back, and he typed back instantly. So it's not a latency issue. Don't give me that excuse. Andrew Bushi. Up to the plate. Bushi. When has a bearish kick? Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh, why did I do that? Quickly, quickly, quickly. No way. No way is it rejecting a halfway point. Damn, bro, who posted this? Fantastic John, bro. Fantastic John. Look at you and Andrew. I'm proud of you, too. Proud of Misi. Proud of everybody in that Lifetime group who's been trying to be active here and there. And I like that everybody's pacing themselves. Like I said, we don't got a lot of yappers. We're just looking for some good, productive messaging. And everybody seems to be doing so. That's what I'm talking about. And let's see this fib you drew. This fib is a little ambitious. I hope you drew this on a bigger time frame. Because I personally wouldn't draw it like that. I just don't think it's fair to draw it from here to here. Because technically you're like ignoring this. Then you're ignoring this. Then you're ignoring this. Then you can draw that. Which I probably draw it from that one, but that is technically the high. That's how I see it, at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I just don't like to draw those unless you drew that on this time frame. But let's see if that's even accurate. Okay, to be fair, that would be accurate. I hope he drew that on the weekly. Seeing that on the daily, you wouldn't draw it that way. That is beautiful to see that, though. That the weekly lines up with what you'd like on the daily. And good positioning, too. If you can see single counter retest for continuation up. This is where they fell from, rejected, and now they're falling back under it again. And I don't have the EMAs on, but those are probably in pretty beautiful spots right now. Oh, no, they're not. Also, I can't even see what I'm looking at. Oh, that sucks. I was kind of intending this to be like under the 9, and then you have room to the 21, but it's actually above the 9 still. Candlestick wise, that is beautiful. Positioning wise, beautiful. EMA, which isn't even the most important point. I'd say it's alright. It's meh. But 2 out of 3 on that, that's pretty good. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna write that down, actually. That is interesting. Squid Game 2 comes out on December 26th. Damn, they are marketing the shit out of that thing. Don't have kids. Carter's like, trust me, I have kids. I have experience in this field in which you do not. Oh. Well, we're in the last 19-20 minutes of the stream. Pretty good stream, though. Again, I try my best to like have information in each of the streams instead of us just sitting here staring at charts like every other streamer will. I like to actually go over stuff so we can remember things, go over things. Even if it's something you do know and you 100% know, it's still just good to go over it so you can just make sure it doesn't hurt. And I really do believe in like reinforcing your like fundamentals, your basics, because like it's like that in anything if you think about it. Like, what is something you're really good at? Think about it for a second. Like, if you weren't good at some of the basic stuff for it, you wouldn't even be thinking about the more advanced stuff to be better at it. You know, you'd be still thinking about the basics and just freaking out over small stuff and adjusting constantly. It's the same thing with trading. You get into it and you think you find your path. You don't. You end up struggling. You know, whatever your situation may be. But what you really got to do is just, again, find your groove, work on it, whether it's through a consistent routine or just following the same entries or back testing entries that you suck at and only taking ones that you're good at and then working on that for a while. You know, whatever step you're in. Just be consistent in your methods. Don't switch it up. Wait, why'd you say, whoops, my bad? What'd you do? Good breakdown of Spia under 68365, so a good reaction of that supply. And we basically just maintained the range today that we had set from yesterday, but some good movement, some good price action. You can see we talked about the liquidated entry at the very bottom of the chart. I call it entry, it's me lazily saying it. Liquidity grabs. Let me go post the polls message, guys, in the Discord. Everybody go click on that. You've been doing a stellar job of clicking on it so far. And there you go, polls message. Make sure to go click on it. It's just a short, sweet poll to see how everyone's doing. It's a generalized poll. Don't take it too serious. Alright, time to check Bitcoin and coin. As ugly as that looks, I still like it for upside. I'm telling you, one of these days we're going to randomly get up in the morning and it's going to be above the 330s again. It's going to piss off a lot of people. Or a lot of people are going to be happy, we don't know, but I don't care if they're happy or not. A chart's looking warmed up and ready to go. I like EMPs for the downside. I think I'd like it more if it was more, defined under the 73s. But I do like it for some early on risk. I think those are the two setups I like the most. Oh, Win Resorts by Fantastic John. That was a good find. There were a couple by Andrew that we went over as well. Those were all... Well, not all of them, but a few of them were really good setups. And just good templates for what we're looking for. And that's good. It's not just me going over things. Like, there's other people finding them, going over them with me and stuff. So, even more examples to look at. Even more reps to get. Even more examples to backtest. What the hell are these? These from the daily? Oh my god, they are. Damn, I must have been tedious one day. I was really going hard on these. I'm just gonna draw this big ass one to make it easy. Someone, this guy I follow says, sometimes it feels like Intel exists just to be punished. That is so true. See you guys. Thank you guys for being in the stream. I'm not ending it yet. I'm just saying bye to some of the people that are leaving. Just saying bye to the homies. Bum 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 bum. The hell? I'd see a Nike or same chart. They do look like the same chart. I always like going to that guy's page and supporting him because he really is like actually good at charting. I hate when people give you that that bullshit reach around shit. Where they're just like, this is this is that. Like, okay, He'll go there and he'll tell you exactly what's what. Kind of cool. I'm gonna rechart this because I want to see what I get. Actually, you know what? I am just going to use the recent. It's an interesting chart. Yeah, I'm not liking this as much as I was earlier. Kind of sucks because the setup's there, but at least we have our inside bar still, so we still got something to bite off of tomorrow. Still ugly, how we like it on coin, good. I think this is about to be a trap. I think people are going to start shorting this, and it's actually going to be good for probably a higher open, but again, tomorrow it just depends. That'll be interesting. Home Depot still looks like it wants to just launch. Does Cat have that look too? Not as much. Oracle has that vibe too. Just at a level with a nice wick. I am gonna get it, fuck it. Just get 2. Oh, whoops. Of course it jumped in like the 2 seconds I clicked off. Yeah, I'm gonna get in. I got 2 of them. 70 for December 20th. Something I really have to pay attention to though is how we react to this level and this level. I might as well mark the high and the low as well. And the high of that, because that's the inside bar. And that should be everything I need. Nice. Good call out, Dr. J. New all-time high on Triple Q at the very last 5-minute candle of the day. SPY, pretty close. Not there, though. Close, but no cigar. IWM, down on the day, but not really that bad. Not even down 1%. Which, we know from the daily, this one's just weird all around. Because it's like, are y'all trying to break that low or not? You know, y'all keep trying and y'all keep failing. You know, it's like, either gap up and shoot or finally just drop. Do something. But I can feel the frustration on some of the IWM traders for sure. But it's a clean chart nonetheless. Like, you can't lie. Like, I just threw up basic ass levels right there. I didn't, like, got some stuff from before, and then I threw up a couple here, and like, you go down to that smaller time frame, like, it should look like this. It should be spaced out between your levels, like today. Look how spaced out that is. It's very nice. Allows you to create better, more realistic decisions. Plus, it's just nice to have a clean chart. Expect ranges out of breakouts on IWM. I mean, you just gotta understand, Carter, like, you were hitting that. I'm not trying to be a dick to you right now, but the reason you have that opinion is because you were looking at it every day, which is nothing wrong with that. But you just gotta understand, like, literally every chart does that. It's not just IWM. So it's not good to have that kind of mindset for any ticker. But IWM and SPY and QQQ, they all do that. They all have these, like, really boring days of ranging, and it feels like they don't ever get a good breakout. You just got to remember, they're not like an individual equity. It's not like trading Tesla or Apple or Microsoft, where it has that possibility of trending more one directionally a lot more of the time. You got to remember, when we're looking at IWM or QQQ or SPY, these are big conglomerates of other stocks, you know. So it's not really IWM's fault that half of their market's going up and half of them's going down and they're going sideways, you know. Yeah, until you walk away. That is the damn truth. That is the damn truth. I think we all know that feeling. But I wasn't trying to be a dick. It's just like, I know why you have that, like, why you would say something like that. Because, like, I mean, you were, like, on it all the time, and it did have a lot of ranges. But that's nothing, like, that's like individually just a characteristic of just IWM. I would say SPY, QQQ, and IWM are all the exact same in that manner. You know, they all have their fair share of range days. But I think it's for that reason I said, though. It's because it's not like SPY is just SPY, right? It's its own stock. It's not. It's a combination of many others. So it's just like, it's kind of expected that those are going to range more than an individual ticker. Like, let's say, like, AMD. Like, you know, some days you and me are like, I mean, anybody would be like this. But, like, we'll see the market just, like, doing nothing. But then you just see, like, Tesla flying. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's Tesla. Like, they don't have to range, right? Whereas SPY... Let's say something in it like Apple, you know, is flying, but it's not, SPY's not moving. What does that tell us? You know, we know what that means. So you also got to remember, these are, like, held down by other stocks too, and it's information purposes more than looking to actively trade just that one every single day or just SPY every day. Like, I really don't think it's healthy for anyone in here to just trade SPY or QQQ or IWM every single day. You should be looking at the weights that literally make up those weights. I think they move more passively, so I think it's that's why it's more attractive for someone to want to attack them first, and because they're, you know, probably the most important thing to look at. But also at the same time, though, like, you just got to keep that in your head too. Like, an individual ticker is probably going to have a lot better potential. So I mean, if that's like your take on it, like, it just sounds like you just need to watch more individual tickers. Find a couple that you really like. You'll never know. You'll end up bumping into a stock that none of us even really pay attention to, and you end up loving it, or maybe you find a stock we all pay attention to, and we all love it, you know, whatever it is. That's why I like it. Now, and yeah, I'm not even really keeping you level. It's just like, I just don't want anyone to have that mindset. Because as soon as somebody goes, well, it's IWM, it ranges more than everything, that now becomes the general belief. And not even just that example. There's so many other examples like that where, like, somebody will say, like, oh, well, we're ranging on SPY shit, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, don't hate on SPY. Don't you dare. But that's just how I see it. We just got to keep an open mind, because, like, it can definitely be a little depressing, you know, having those ranging days. And then it's, like you said, when you walk away, we have those moments where they do something finally. That's very high probability. But let's just remember the two. If we're going to remember ranges and be mad or sad about that, because I know I am sometimes, is just, you need to remember and reflect on the 3 phases of the day, right? If those first 2 parts of the day haven't done anything and you've been getting eaten up, maybe don't take part in that 3rd day, but also understand that if it does move, that's probably why. You know, you don't have to sit there and be all pissed off that it moved without you. I know I would. I'd be pissed. Ace, why do you always show up at the very end of my stream? You know I'm about to end it. You do this on purpose every single time. You got any indicators for that? I'll slap you. Carter said trying to put one to sleep. These damn kids just won't fall asleep. No problem, OA83. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And yeah, guys, like the stream before you head out. I'm about to end it, but I was happy to go over a couple more things with you guys. I always love talking to you guys because honestly, it's like I said it the other day in private because I don't like to glaze you guys openly so much because I don't want you to get, you know, too ahead of yourself. But like some of the issues you guys deal with are fucking next level compared to what most people deal with. I want you to know that. Like, if you think you're struggling, like I want you to know you're not like other people. Other people are struggling and they don't have a path. You know, if you find yourself struggling or lost, like you have a path, you have a strategy, you have a routine to follow. And if you don't know it, you need to learn it. I did see that though, Carter. I know I haven't been as active typing back and forth, but I have been seeing you talk about those a lot more recently, taking advantage of the... Sorry, I just got mad depressed reading what Ace typed out. These hidden retests have been the butter, so add a few more tickers for better. Yeah, and you should, Carter. Like, you have a strong setup that you like and you enjoy and you're confident in. You have that natural confidence in it. But like you said, you need to expand. If you're confident in your setups, like, it kind of surprises me that you haven't moved on by now. Like, at one point, I know it's probably my fault a little bit, and I'm not meaning that in a bad way. It's probably my fault a little bit that some of you probably do that because I am just sitting in here staring at SPY, QQQ, IWM, just looking at those. But that's because I'm streaming. You gotta remember, like, I'm streaming to like a bunch of people and covering things for people. So like, I have to look at this stuff. You know, I have to look at the overall market. Plus, it's good to just know where the general market is. But if you have a good setup, like when I say template, you know what I mean by that, right? Like your template, you have a hidden retest. That's a template. That's a trading template, right? So you should take advantage of that on anything you see. Now, well, maybe not anything. You know, maybe on a good chain. But like Nvidia, AMD, I can go for days on that. Apple, Microsoft. I personally like Microsoft a lot. I think a lot of people look at it and they think the chain's expensive, but it's actually not as expensive as people think. Triple Q is actually still pretty good. I mainly switch between them, you know, like it's like a setup thing. Like you go, like you check out the dailies and it's like, oh, this one's warming up more. I'm gonna put it on my watch list and try to day trade it. Like that's how I do it. So that's how I like to shift around. But find your routine for how you like to move around tickers, or maybe you don't want to move around. Maybe you just want a small list and you want to stick to that list. And that's fine. Just whatever you're comfortable with. And Ace, if you're actually being serious about what you typed, I am very sorry. And also sorry for having to question this message at all, just because, you know, it is you typing it, so I just had to, like... But yeah. But guys, I'm going to end the stream there. I appreciate everybody tuning in, dropping a like, commenting, engaging, conversating, all that good stuff. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And let me read out the stream schedule real quick. So today we were just doing an end of day stream. Tomorrow and Thursday I'll be doing back-to-back full day streams, and then I didn't plan a stream for Friday, so I don't think I'll be streaming Friday. But tomorrow and Thursday it looks like I'll be doing open to close. So you guys will have me for a pretty long amount of time over the next 2 days. So yeah, bring your popcorn, bring your likes, your thumbs ups, and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll be in here just going over stuff and charting and trading and yeah, anything we can think of, really. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys later on. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Ace, I'm going to call you real quick.